I always talk to other small YouTubers through social media. It is probably my favourite thing to do to keep up to date with people that I call my friends on YouTube.
Social media is my favourite way to communicate with people, whether it be promoting someone else's video, highlighting something that they've done, or just sending a DM.
I talk to other YouTubers on other forms of social media all the time.
Obviously, I talk to other YouTubers on social media. I probably mostly use Twitter, but most of the time it's on DMs.
I use Twitter the most. It's just something that I've been on since 2009.
I use Twitter the most.
I talk to YouTubers mostly through Twitter.
The platform I use mostly for my communication with other YouTubers is actually through Twitter.
Twitter. Honestly, if I'm not using YouTube, I'm using Twitter.
I am 100% addicted to Twitter, especially the group chats.
Yes, Twitter and some people Facebook.
I probably use Twitter the most. Just the fact that we have DMs going on, you know, like groups.
I use Twitter the most to interact with other YouTubers because it is probably the most popular social media apart from YouTube that YouTubers are always active on.
I have to say I use Twitter definitely right beside YouTube. Those are both open, always right next to each other. Twitter I use just as much as I use YouTube, and it's just very useful. I highly recommend everybody uses it.
I'm in a couple of chats on Twitter where actually I'm talking to a bunch of YouTubers where we can collaborate and just bounce ideas off one another, which I really love.
There's tons of small YouTubers on Twitter, and it's just amazing because you can start a conversation with them there and decide, hey, I kind of like this person. And so then you go check out their channel and you're like, hey, their videos are really awesome.
What do you say to break the ice? I don't really say anything special. I just say, hey, what's up, hello, oh my god, no! I often like compliment on their content or like anything. Obviously only if it's true. I'm not gonna say something that I don't mean it.
Hi. I don't know. Do you want to collab?
Your friends are in all continents and like every country, every state you can think of. So you can say, hey, what's it like in California? Oh, what's it like in Norway? What's it like in India? What's it like in New York? What's it like in Brazil? Because your friends are from all those places.
You know, I love talking to people, but I'm just so awkward. I don't know what to say. Sometimes I just say, hey, how you doing? And there's an awkward pause after that.
Usually I will see someone's tweet and then respond to it if it was really interesting, or if I've got something to add, if I can make a joke, something like that. If I can just sort of drive the conversation forward, then I will do so.
Like if they make a joke or there's something that I can relate to, it's just like, oh yeah, that's happened to me before. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I hate when that happens, or oh my god, that's my favorite food.
I usually find I can just start replying and liking people's tweets and it'll become kind of a mutual interaction without really any official ice breaking.
I'm not very good at starting conversations with people. I'll just reply to one that's already happening, usually.
Breaking the ice, I usually just refer back to something on their profile. If it's a tweet, I may reply to that tweet.
What do you say to break the ice? Have me a hammer. Oh, that's a terrible joke.
I really like being able to experience everyone's creative process. We're all so different and everyone has a different perspective, but as content creators, we all know that side of YouTube, so we can all relate to each other and appreciate the creativity that each one of us has.
I get to share ideas with them, we can talk about doing things together. It's just, you really get to know the person better, and it's just more fun that way.
I feel like the small YouTubers are often like the real people. Does that even make sense? I don't know, I just like, it like felt right in my head and I just said it, so hey.
None of my in-person friends are on YouTube, and very few of them do anything with social media. You know, like everyone has a Facebook page, but maybe 3 of them have a Twitter account. But I like feeling like I belong to a community, and it's people that are interested in the same thing that I am interested in, and that is YouTube.
It's amazing bouncing off of each other's ideas and just communicating with someone that is on your level, because people in your real life, they'll probably get bored about, you know, the type of camera that you want, or the type of lighting that you should have, or your next video idea. That might bore them. But other YouTubers, they're excited about it.
The community, the friendliness, the support, If somebody's feeling down, or if I'm feeling down, one of us will rally up the troops and make us feel better.
Everybody is just there, and it's easier to reach out to people. Like, you can privately message people on Twitter, for instance. You can't really do that on YouTube unless there's something that I don't know about, like some sort of secret societal messaging service. I don't know, like the YouTube underground, is that a thing?
You can't really message each other on YouTube. I mean, you can leave like a comment on like their wall or something, but I never look at that at all.
I don't know, I just like it because it's totally separate from YouTube. We still talk about YouTube, but we can actually have a conversation that's gonna keep going and going. I really like that.
I have met people all around the world just through this little device right here, and I've made all kinds of friends.
If I don't want to interact with the person anymore, I can just take my phone and throw it away, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. And in real life, you can't just walk away from conversations because people can actually follow you and talk to you still, and so that's what I like about social media.
I definitely think that you can be friends with somebody just through interacting on social media, and I can honestly say that I consider myself friends with most of the people that are actually in this collab with me, and I would hope that most of them would feel the same way about me. I'm not sure. Are you my friend?
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I think it's a great way to learn about people and to interact with them, so yeah. Even if you never meet them in real life, ever, which is a pretty big possibility if someone lives in Australia and you live in Canada or somewhere else on the other side of the world, it's a very strong possibility that you're never going to meet that person. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be friends with them. Give it a shot. I mean, they're still a good person. You can still gain things from each other's friendship.
You're still trying to be there for each other as much as you can, and isn't that the definition of friends? Sure, you can't go over physically and give them a hug or anything, but sometimes just saying the right words is good enough, because sometimes even friends over here can't physically be with you at the time that you're feeling down. So the physical presence isn't all you need to have a friend. I used to think that, but honestly, since I started YouTube, I've gained so many friends on here that it's ridiculous.
No limits on social media friends. Make that a shirt. No limits on social media friends.
Because you know what? Friends can be found all over the world. It's not just someone in real life, but you know, eventually we do meetups or we go to like VidCon or just special event. Then if we've talked through social media a lot, when we actually meet up, we'll actually kind of know each other.
If you are wanting to do big projects, you know, like this one, these things are born from conversations that take place on Twitter or in Google Plus groups or on Facebook. You know, when large groups of people are kind of communicating all at once, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other, that's how big projects happen.